We're going to dive into the Sedona Vortexes. What are they? Are they real? Are they a bunch of bunk? Do they really have the power to transform your life? Can you prove that they're real? These are places around the world where the energy is stronger and different, and that if you'll take the time to just connect in with it, that you literally can feel it. It's all about the energy. Hi, I'm Debra Stangl, founder of Sedona Soul Adventures. On my podcast, Soul Sync, the Alchemy of Life and Love, where I give you the alchemy, the secrets, the magic of how you can have the life and relationship of your dreams. Coming to you again from incredibly beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and I'm so glad you're here with me again. Today, I'm going to dive into vortexes. Well, I'm not literally going to dive into a vortex, but we're going to dive into the Sedona Vortexes. What are they? Are they real? Are they a bunch of bunk? Do they really have the power to transform your life? Can you prove that they're real? I love talking about the vortexes. I think you'll love it too. So let me talk to you a little bit first about exactly what is a vortex. And of course, it really depends on what book you're reading or who you're talking to, whether you're talking to a scientist, whether you're talking to a New Age metaphysical person. But it does have everything to do with energy. And when you start reading about vortexes, or actually the technical word for the plural is vortices, but here in Sedona, pretty much all of us say vortexes. So when you start looking and thinking about and reading about, and even better, visiting vortexes, it's all about the energy. And depending on who you talk to, whether you talk to Native Americans here in the United States, or if you talk to the Aborigines, because there's also Uluru in Australia, which is considered an incredible power spot. When you talk to Native peoples, what they will typically tell you is that these are places around the world where the energy is stronger and different, and that if you'll take the time to just connect in with it, that you literally can feel it. Now, I'll tell you, after more than 25 years of going to these different places around the world, I actually believe, and again, this is just my own personal belief, but I believe that these are places around the world where the God energy, or the energy of all that is, or the energy of the universe, or whatever you want to call it, where this special energy comes onto the planet. And that's why these places are so special. That's why even when some scientists have come here and measured the energy, they can tell a difference. And you also see things like a tree will suddenly be twisted in a way that makes absolutely no sense. I've seen that in Sedona. I've seen it in Peru. So there's something about the energy. It feels different here. When I first started coming to Sedona, I just felt different when I would come here and be here for a while. And then, of course, I was always coming here and doing sessions with incredible practitioners here. But just the energy, just being here. And it's so funny. For me, what it felt like was just feeling better. For a lot of people, when they come here, especially when they go to a particular vortex, and I'm going to talk to you about the particular vortexes in just a little bit, but when you go to a particular one, for many people, they literally can feel it. They can feel the vibration. They can feel the tinkling. Now, when I was coming here at the beginning, I was coming to Sedona for like a month at a time. And I was going to the different vortexes. And I was going there with this express intention of, I want to feel the vortex energy. So I was literally like trying to make it happen, which of course is not the way to do it, to try to force that. It literally took me 2 years of coming here before I actually felt it. And then it was so funny because after I moved here, one of my brothers is a medical doctor, and he doesn't believe in all this metaphysical stuff. And when he came here the first time, I took him to my favorite vortex to meditate. And the minute he sat down on the ground, he said, "Oh my gosh, my hands and my feet are tingling." And I'm like, "You little brat, that took me 2 years for me to feel that." And he felt it. And this is a non-believer feeling it immediately. And that kind of goes into the next part about vortexes, which is there are different energies at different vortexes. So what different types of vortexes do you find in Sedona? They basically come down to 3 classifications: masculine, feminine, and a combination. The masculine energy is the really high, intense energy. That's the energy of places like the Airport Mesa Vortex, where literally my brother sat down on the ground the first time he came to Sedona and literally felt his hands and feet tingling with this really high burst of energy. And then you have the feminine energy vortexes. And these are places like Boynton Canyon, where the energy is something that sort of flows all around you. It's energy that just kind of opens your heart. So again, Boynton Canyon. And for feminine vortexes, it's so perfect to go and meditate at those places, especially when you want to do the kind of meditation that is about you really opening your heart and really going into connection. And then if you want to do a more masculine energy kind of meditation, going to the airport vortex, sitting on the ground, feeling that really intense energy, and then flowing that energy towards a goal or something that you want to accomplish, really putting that masculine energy behind that is so powerful. So how many vortexes are there in Sedona? Well, interestingly, there's disagreement about that, about which ones are which. And historically, it's interesting because this all started back in the 70s when a woman named Paige Bryant, who came to Sedona and then was living here for a while, and she was a clairvoyant and an intuitive. And she's the one who really, really popularized the idea of the Sedona vortexes. And this also got picked up as a story called the Sedona Hum, which I actually saw on CBS during prime time when I was in high school, and they were talking about that there was a hum that people could hear in Sedona, and what they were saying was that this was generated by the vortexes. And that's when the vortexes got really, really hugely popular, and when tourists really started coming here to try to have a spiritual experience. So Paige Bryant recognized 5 different ones: Cathedral, the Chapel, Boynton Canyon, Airport, and Bell Rock. Is there evidence to prove that the Sedona vortexes are real? Well, it kind of depends on what you mean by evidence and what you mean by real. Now, have there been double-blind scientific studies about this energy? No, not that I'm aware of. Now, I am aware of scientists who have come here who have been really skeptical, who actually have measured the electromagnetic energy in certain places where they have said that it is quite strange and it's acting in a way that they can't explain. It's also really interesting. A number of years ago, Penn and Teller have a TV show. I don't think they have it anymore, but it's a TV show on Showtime called Bullshit. And they did an entire show around the vortexes in Sedona and whether they were real. And what was really interesting about it was throughout this entire hour-long program, all that they were doing was making fun up one side and down the other about the New Age community and different people and the metaphysical stuff and all of that. But you know what? At the end of it, they said, wow, they had this one scientist who had measured the energy. They talked to so many people who said they had felt things and had things happen that they said, you know what? We really can't say it's bullshit. So that was like stunning for me when I saw that. Now, is it real? Again, how do you define real? Well, the way that I define it, and the way that I define it, because this does appear to me to be very, very real, is that it's been over 25 years since I've been coming here, and I have seen time and time again with people coming to Sedona and being here, feeling this energy, feeling different, feeling better, feeling happier, or even sometimes, and this is super interesting to me, whatever you bring to Sedona gets magnified. That's part of what happens with the vortex energy. So if you are coming here really feeling horrible, now sometimes it can turn you around, but other times it can take that negative energy and just make it worse. If you are bringing love and an open heart here, wow, it will pay you back in spades. But if you are bringing hate and fear and upset and anger, it's going to multiply that. So it's a really good thing to know that whatever you bring here is going to be multiplied. Now, for me, that makes it very real. But the thing that makes it more real are the number of people that I have seen who have come here who they just feel better. That's part of what was going on for me at the beginning. Or they come here, like my brother, and sit down on the ground and actually feel it. Or they have an incredible transformational experience where their life is literally changed. So that brings me to the Sedona Effect. This is something that I've been talking about and teaching for many, many years because it's something that I just keep seeing over and over again. The Sedona Effect has 3 parts. The first part is the amazing vortex energy of Sedona. I've explained it previously, but again, the vortex energy is this high energy, this energy that you only find in certain parts of the world, like Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids. And in Sedona, this energy is even more special because if you speak with the Native Americans here, or if you listen to Bashar, one of my favorite teachers, they will talk to you about that this energy is about transformation. Transformation that you literally cannot find anywhere else on the planet. So that's the first piece, the special vortex energy that's here. The second part of the Sedona Effect are the amazing practitioners that come here, that are drawn here from all over the world to do their work. I couldn't believe it when I first started coming here over 25 years ago. All of the intuitives and psychics and energy healers, and even things like people who had master's degrees and PhDs and therapists and doctors, medical doctors, who all knew that there was something about the energy And when I started Sedona Soul Adventures over 20 years ago, it's been unbelievable the kind of people that we have had here. People from all over the world as our practitioners, people from Great Britain and Ireland, Sweden, Germany. It's just been incredible. And of course, from all over the United States. But it's incredible that in this tiny little town of just 9,500 people, there are people that have been drawn here from all over the world to be able to do their incredible work in this special energy. And then the third part of the Sedona Effect is the very big desire and energy that people bring here wanting to have a transformation in their life. And it's almost palpable. I mean, it's something that you can feel. I know when I came here the first time in 1999, my life was a mess. I mean, every part of my life was a mess. And I knew I had to do something. But I just didn't know what it was. And that feeling that I had, it was almost like I was ready to jump out of my skin. And luckily, I found what I was looking for here. And other people come here with that kind of deep desire. They know they want more in their life. And they come here with that deep desire to really have that matched. And that's what happens. You connect in with that energy, your own energy and the energy that's here in Sedona. And that combination is amazing. So when you bring those three things together, the incredible transformational energy of Sedona, the amazing practitioners who have been drawn here from all over the world to do their work, and then the deep desire and longing that people bring to have a transformation. When you bring those three things together, the effect is actually magical. I'm still amazed after over 2 decades and thousands of people of the miracles that happen. People coming here at the end of their rope, unhappy, depressed, or not knowing their life purpose and really wanting to live it. And then suddenly everything turned around where they're now living their life in connection on all the levels: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Or the couples that we work with, people who are sometimes, ready to throw in the towel, people that have sometimes even filed for divorce already. Or even worse, where the sparkle, the love, that juiciness has gone out of their relationship. They come here, we bring them back into connection, first with themselves and then with each other. And oh my gosh, when you're having that kind of a relationship, it's the juiciest, most wonderful thing ever. That's the Sedona Effect, this combination of incredible energy and desire that can bring about miraculous results. So if you're interested in the vortexes, get our guide, because it has a lot of really cool information about the vortexes, what they are, etc. Or even better, come to Sedona and experience them for yourself. There's nothing like it, coming here and feeling that energy. But if you really want to take it to the next level, come to Sedona and experience a Sedona Soul Adventures retreat. Our practitioners are masters at utilizing the vortex energy, and your life will be transformed in a way that will be almost unrecognizable. Your relationship will be transformed in the most juicy, incredible way. Call and speak with one of our soul guides. You'll have a heart-to-heart conversation with them, and then they will custom design a private retreat that will take you from where you are to where you want to be.